That was awesome. That was wild. That was incredible.
That's an extreme ride.
Extreme rides of the new Millennium are surfacing at parks around the world at an amazing rate. Advances in technology and computer software have spurred the creation of a new generation of highly innovative roller coasters, high-tech thrill rides, and sophisticated multi-dimensional attractions.
Extreme rides are ceasing to become rides. They're becoming experiences.
They are becoming taller, faster. As technology expands and continues to grow, the rides are growing with them.
Competition is fierce among designers who want to turn all this new high-tech equipment into extreme scream machines.
Now everyone in the industry is going, what can I design that's going to grab the attention of the world?
This is a business that is so big on claims. We like to say that we have the biggest, highest, fastest. And it's terrific to be able to say, I have a one-of-a-kind coaster.
The latest extreme rides are full of cutting-edge innovations. Six Flags Great Adventure in Jackson, New Jersey has introduced a totally new concept in ride technology. Medusa, the world's first floorless roller coaster.
As in Hollywood, where you have a new action movie concept that comes out each year, the theme park has to come up with an idea that will bring the people through the gate, hopefully more than once a summer, to justify its expense and to maintain the park's attendance figures each year.
Medusa is one example of the bizarre lengths coaster designers are going to these days to provide unique thrills. In the old days, our grandparents, when they rode a roller coaster, they'd ride sitting down, rolling over wooden structures. Today, I count 31 different styles of roller coaster. Medusa, the floorless coaster, one of the newest.
Medusa is definitely an ultimate, unique super coaster. There's nothing like it currently in the world.
When you're sitting on the train, there is no floor below you, but the track is below you. So you're going through the ride, and it's got the normal kinds of hills and loops and turns, but you feel like your feet might catch on the crossbars of the track. It adds another level of fright and scare to the ride experience.
One ride on Medusa is definitely not enough. I've ridden Medusa approximately 50 times already this season. I'm sure I'll break 100 by the end of the season.
For me, and I've been on over 500 roller coasters, it's the best steel roller coaster in the world.
It's just one beautiful, smooth, thrilling maneuver after another. There isn't one piece of straight track in this coaster. It's wonderful.
The idea of a floorless coaster is the brainchild of Swiss coaster designers Walter Boyager and Claude Maubillard. In the early 90s, B&M, as they're known in the industry, introduced the inverted steel roller coaster. B&M's inverted coaster revolutionized the coaster industry because its overhead track and ski lift-like seats let riders' feet dangle to simulate a free-flying experience. Not satisfied, B&M wanted to take the free flight concept a step further.
The inverted coaster was the first step to give that freedom to the guest, removing the floor. But one of the disadvantages is the fact that you have a roof above you, which do not allow you to see the sky and to feel really free. With a floorless coaster, we have no track above you, and we don't have a floor below you. The only thing you see is a track running below you. So it gives also a feel of speed.
Developing this $15 million coaster was not an overnight process. It took more than 5 years from conception to production. And Maillard calculated the speed, G-forces, and acceleration for every 36 inches of Medusa's 3,985 feet of track. By examining the exact forces working on the rider, B&M guaranteed an extremely smooth ride. Now let's join Steve Urbanowitz to experience this one-of-a-kind scream machine.
Are we ready? We are ready, and here we go! Yeah! Here we go! Yeah! It is its first loop at over 100 feet tall! And now we're going into the diving loop where it's climbing a wall like a skateboard! Yeah! Here we go! Here we go! Zero gravity roll! Unbelievable inversion! Right into the rubber roll! 2 quick inversions, one right after. Okay, deep climb. Caught some air there. Now we're plunging into a ground-hugging carousel spin. That's a heel into a hop into a double interlocking corkscrew. Yeah, okay. Second corkscrew. Bounce off. Turn on to the brake. And that was an extreme ride.
The increased appetite for extreme thrills defies boundaries. Last year alone, 2,500 rides were built worldwide, 1,000 in the U.S. alone, each one vying for a record-breaking title. In Australia's Dream World, each hour as many as 800 riders ascend the $12 million giant drop. It's the tallest free-fall ride in the world, measuring a towering 39 stories high. On the other side of the planet, Alton Towers in Staffordshire, England, invested $20 million to bring extreme enthusiasts this present: Oblivion. This terrifying vertical drop coaster plummets guests 196.8 feet at 68 miles an hour, face first to confront their darkest fears. And if fear is what you like, this extreme ride is sure to please.
I'm afraid of heights, so this is something my shrink says would be good for overcoming the fear.
It towers 160 feet above the Orlando skyline.
Look at that. Look how high up we were.
Its giant arms feature seats that spin riders upside down.
Oh my goodness.
It whips through the air at 70 miles per hour.
Things like a Ferris wheel on steroids.
It thrusts over 4 G's of force onto the rider.
Oh my goodness. Both girlfriends.
What is it? The skyscraper at Congo River Golf in Florida defies description. But it makes a stunning impression when you see it in action.
I think people call it an extreme ride because they don't have any proper category. It's not a roller coaster, it's not a carousel, it's not a whoop-de-doo, and we just don't have a good definition for it.
Oh my God.
It's like a high-speed Ferris wheel. You start the ride sitting right side up, By the time you get to the top of the ride, you're hanging upside down, baby.
Solid ground. Good.
Let's go again. Come on, set us up again.
No. These people are sick.
The skyscraper was created by two engineers who embody the X generation of thrill seekers, Ian Gravina and Peter Kockelman. Both are world-class bungee jumpers who wanted to bring the exhilaration of that experience to an amusement park ride.
We decided to leverage our technology of bungee cords and safety into a ride where we could safely launch humans 150 feet up in the air.
Their first ride, called the ejection seat, simulates a reverse bungee experience. Found at fairs and small parks around the country, its success inspired the team to develop their next extreme attraction.
The idea of whipping through the air at high speeds was similar to what bungee jumping is like, hitting 55, 60 miles an hour, pulling the 4 Gs.
With a ride as large and fast as this, special safety features had to be designed to ensure its structural integrity.
The biggest problem with amusement rides over the long term is fatigue cracking that you get when metal or any structure is repeatedly stressed back and forth.
To better detect a difficult-to-see hairline crack, Gravity Works created a unique way to inspect the ride.
We decided to pressurize the main load-bearing legs with dry nitrogen, which allowed somebody at the chair every time they loaded up a rider to inspect whether any of the main load-bearing legs had any cracks that would allow the gas to escape.
But that safety device is only the beginning. The base of the skyscraper is made of reinforced steel and concrete. It runs 8 feet wide and goes 35 feet into the ground. The anchor bolts that attach the ride to its foundation are 12 feet long and are marked with paint to see if any movement has taken place. 5-point racing harnesses strap riders into their seats. The all-nylon webbing and D-rings are tested to withstand up to 1,500 pounds. 4 air brakes stop the ride, so riders on top can enjoy the view 16 stories above ground, while new riders are loaded down below.
Oh man, this is really intense.
I don't like the rides that make you sick, and they generally are the rides that kind of rotate you in 2 directions at one time. This ride, the G-force is consistent in one direction, and you're really not spinning in a circle as rapidly as you are on a smaller ride. And definitely, this is not a ride that people get sick on.
Yet the skyscraper's looks remain intimidating. The screams of riders don't help. They just add to the perceived terror.
What you're trying to do is you're trying to give people a lot of fear before they get on the ride, a lot of excitement when they're on the ride, and a feeling of just joy and elation afterwards that they, one, has survived it, and 2, is that they realize that they actually enjoyed it.
In the Midwestern town of Muskegon, Michigan, appears an unlikely extreme ride. It may look like an old-fashioned wooden coaster, but step back, way back. It's 5,384 feet of yellow southern pine, making it the world's longest wooden coaster with only one lift hill and one incredible thrill ride. It's located at an amusement park called Michigan's Adventure, and its name is Shivering Timbers.
Top speeds of like 65 miles an hour. Flying over the tops of all those great hills, you just get lifted right out of your seat, well over 10 times. There's nothing you can do but hold on tight and enjoy the flight.
Shivering Timbers is a style of coaster that dates back to the 1930s. It's called an out and back, for obvious reasons. Designer John Miller made the out and back famous, building hundreds of them around the country.
Very few of those remain. This is the first coaster built since the 1930s that has that out and back style with the big hills. And that's why this ride is such a treasure, because it is so different than most of the other new rides that are out there.
The history behind Shivering Timbers began more than 30 years ago. In 1968, Roger Jordan and his wife Mary Lynn purchased Michigan's Deer Park, a small petting zoo. Over the years, the Jordans added rides and coasters and ultimately traded in the deer for more rides and more coasters. To celebrate their 30th year, the couple approached Custom Coasters of Cincinnati, Ohio to help them create something special.
The owner influenced us a lot on this ride. He wanted something that had 3 great first drops, and he wanted to go all the way to the end of his property. And he wanted something really unique and exciting.
Shivering Timbers stretches over a mile long. It reaches speeds of over 60 miles per hour. But it's the 3 enormous hills at the start of the ride that set this coaster apart from all others.
It has a 125-foot drop, it has a 100-foot drop, then it also has a 96-foot drop. So there's 3 drops in a row. Once your stomach is in your throat, it stays there for 3 drops.
You would think, looking at those hills, that it would slow to a crawl going over the top. It doesn't. You hit the brake, got to be close to 40 miles an hour, and that's after 5,000 plus feet of track.
Speed is one thing, but airtime, that moment when zero gravity takes over and riders lift off their seats, is truly what coaster fanatics crave.
Airtime City.
Shivering Timbers has a series of 10 hills which catapult riders into airtime heaven.
These big hills produce a series of moments of airtime, sustained airtime over the top. No other coaster in existence has this amount of airtime.
On the backside of the coaster is a small portion of the track that appears oddly crooked. It doesn't look like much, but this little surprise packs a big punch for the unsuspecting rider. It's the brainchild of the maniacal coaster designing genius from the 1930s named Harry Traver.
The jazz track, that's the name it used to be known as. Nowadays they call it trick track. And that's a section that's right along the ground, which tosses the riders first to the right, then to the left. It's just another exciting element that's never been seen in a modern day coaster. So here you have a ride that's got the best of the old and the best of the new, all in one ride.
But to discover what this ride is really made of, join coaster enthusiast Paul Greenwald.
I'm scared, take me home!
For a front seat adventure.
Here we go!
Go for it! Airtime City! Yes, indeed!
I don't care how you get here. Get here by car, get here by train, get here by plane, get here by space shuttle. Just get here and ride this thing. This is the ride of your life. Shivering timbers. Unbelievable.
In Orlando, Florida, the theme park competition is intense. So when SeaWorld wanted to build its first ever thrill ride, they knew it had to be different. They contacted PGAV Architects to help them create Journey to Atlantis. It's a hybrid ride, one of the latest ideas in extreme attraction.
Atlantis is somewhat groundbreaking in that it is a combination of rides. Its conveyance system is a flume ride. It's also a dark ride. And it's also a roller coaster. And it's one continuous experience that jumps between the three things.
Hi, I'm Rick Durfee. We're on Journey to Atlantis. Right now we've just entered the first scene where we meet Stavros Sinopoulos, the fisherman. He's introducing us to Hermes, the seahorse.
Wait! Hermes must guide you! Fly, Hermes! Show them the way!
Hermes will be a fiber optic trail that we will follow throughout the ride.
These characters have their own sounds, they have their own lighting, and they have their own little special effects.
Lured into a sense of false calm by the drama of Atlantis, the riders will soon take their first plunge.
The whole room is in fog and mist. We can't really see where we're going. And now we're dropping. We're in the first drop right now. We just splashed down after a 60-foot drop.
But Journey to Atlantis isn't over yet. The boat floats through the lake and is attached once again to the coaster track. The riders don't know it, but soon they'll be headed down a second drop.
This is the best part of the ride. It is unexpected. No one knows that the roller coaster is here. This is the twist on the coaster.
Executed completely in the dark, it's a twisting S-turn that goes 30 feet below grade and comes back up and splashes down in the back of the building. So the public never knows about the secret coaster finale.
And it really surprises everybody. People, the first time you ride it, people are not aware that there's going to be a roller coaster drop in there.
It's calculated. It is meant to be a total surprise. It's the finale. It's the catharsis of the whole experience.
That is great. I am so...
I think the future may hold some surprises for hybrid kinds of rides, water rides that have tracks. You may see water rides that will do loops, and you may see wooden roller coasters that go underwater. And there are all kinds of new ideas and concepts and ways that people are being thrilled.
If water leaves you a little cold, how about some fire? 20 miles north of Richmond, Virginia, another extreme ride has erupted on the scene. It beckons thrill seekers eager to challenge the forces of Mother Nature. Volcano, located at Paramount's King's Dominion, became the fastest suspended roller coaster on Earth when it opened in 1998.
Once you're seated in the train in Volcano, right in front of every rider is a sign that says, keep your head against the headrest. And if you choose not to do it, the ride will do it for you.
While Volcano exceeds speeds of 70 miles per hour, record breaking doesn't stop there. Riders are blasted out of the mountaintop at 155 feet above ground, which is the highest inversion in the world. Volcano is also the first suspended coaster to use high-tech linear induction motors, or LIMs, to launch riders from the station instantaneously.
Instead of putting you in a seat and pouring you up a lift and then letting gravity accelerate you to complete the ride, what we do is we start you out at ground level, and when you enter into the launch one area, you go into our linear induction mode.
I mean, it is just instantaneous speed.
And there is not one, but two of these heart-stopping launches in Volcano. King's Dominion asked the Swiss engineering firm of Intamin to design the Volcano ride.
That ride was very complex engineering for various reasons. Nobody built a linear induction motor inverted coaster with that speed at that point.
Fortunately, Intamin had experience behind them. Its engineers had designed the world's first linear induction coaster, Superman the Escape, at Six Flags Magic Mountain in Valencia, California. Superman utilizes propulsion technology, which is very similar to that of Volcano's. It's called LSM, or Linear Synchronous Induction Motors, and this is how it works. A series of electromagnets called stators line the horizontal portion of the track. Mounted on the undercarriage of each car are another set of extremely powerful magnets. As the magnets beneath each car pass over a stator, it is energized, first to attract and then to repel. By firing the stators at a rapid rate just ahead of the vehicle, these powerful magnets accelerate the cars to 100 miles per hour in just 6 seconds. The propulsion system works so well for Superman, Intamin decided to use the concept for Volcano with one simple change. Instead of magnets, copper fins would be placed on the side of the coaster trains. Those fins receive a blast of current from stators built into the overhead track. The current is continuously switched from AC to DC, which, just like the magnets on the Superman ride, attracts and then repels the car, forcing it forward on the track. This system creates powerful thrust, propelling the Volcano rider from 0 to 72 miles an hour in just over 4 seconds.
This is a very exciting new technology, and I believe that the limits are almost endless because we just started with the linear induction motors 5 years ago, and there is a long way to go.
For a front row ride aboard Volcano, the Blast Coaster, let's join enthusiast Janice Moore as she is launched out of the starting gate.
70 miles an hour! Yeah! Woo! Through the high-speed turn, now we're going to hit a second set of limbs. We're going to get launched from turn and go straight up and out of the volcano! Woo-hoo! 155 feet in the air! Around a fast turn, now we're going to go through the first of 3 inversions. Coaster is so smooth and so well engineered, there's no head banging. Watch out for the mountain! There we go! Woo! Down another turn. Through another height line. Whoa! Yeah! Now we're gonna dive into the mountain! Woo! What speed! Yes! That's the end of the ride! That's Volcano!
For some extreme ride designers, it's all about the hills. For others, it's all about speed. But for Stan Checketts, it's both. Checketts, CEO of S&S Power. A thrill ride manufacturer located in Logan, Utah, has been making rides extreme since 1995. But not everyone is so excited to experience his brand of thrills.
If we build a ride that everybody wanted to ride, that's called an elevator, and that's not an amusement ride.
S&S Power's newest coaster, the Thrust Air 2000, billed as the thrill ride of the new Millennium, may be the attraction that even the biggest coaster fans think twice about riding.
Thrust Air 2000 catapults riders horizontally from 0 to 80 miles per hour in 1.5 seconds.
It's very fast, and you feel like your skin is going to rip off your face. So, I mean, it's very intense.
They get this incredible thrust with compressed air, a simple launch system that S&S has used for years in their free-fall attractions.
They're using that same technology of compressed air to launch a ride vehicle not up in the air and back down, but straight out.
Air power isn't the only difference in Thrust Air's design. There are a few other changes that set this coaster apart from all the rest. Instead of tubular steel tracks, the trains run along flat steel rails called I-beams, commonly used in building construction.
They're not using polyurethane wheels, they're using inflatable rubber tires.
That makes the ride on the car much smoother than if you had smaller, hard tires. It's a different experience than most of your coasters by far.
Amazing as this prototype is, it's nothing compared to what S&S has in store for the full-scale model. They hope to double its height to 350 feet, add more hills, twists and turns, and break a coaster speed record.
One of the things I'm looking forward to is working with a park to pass the 100 mile an hour, easily pass 100 mile an hour. And whatever they do with it from there on, wherever they go, whether it's straight up or down, I really don't care as long as we can pass the 100 mile an hour mark.
Is my guidebook for life. I learned how to plant an herb garden, train my dog, and cure my dandruff.
I learned that most meteors burn up in Earth's atmosphere. The atmosphere!
The atmosphere!
Universal Studios in Orlando, Florida has created a new theme park for the new Millennium. In design for more than a decade, Islands of Adventure features 5 themed islands. Spanning 110 acres, the park is home to some of the most exciting and technologically advanced thrill rides and attractions ever made.
Riders are have become a lot more sophisticated in the last few years. They want an experience that has theming, that has thrill elements, that takes them to a place that they haven't been before, and they want that all combined and brought together to one entity.
If one ride could do all that, critics agree it would be the amazing adventures of Spider-Man.
Nobody says saving the world will be easy.
Universal Studios has created the new Spider-Man experience, which kind of blows everything else away as far as a themed ride experience. It really has set a new high watermark for that kind of ride. It combines many different things. It's a simulator, it's a 3D movie, and a great storyline to combine into just this overwhelming experience.
What makes Spider-Man extreme is the technologies we use to bring it all together. This is the greatest of them. The 6th degree of freedom moving motion base, blended with live action special effects and film, takes you up 40 stories. We then move the audience through a curved screen 3D film that puts you in the center of the fight between Spider-Man and the evil syndicate. Now that's extreme.
achieve extreme, Spider-Man's creators began designing the attraction 3 years before it opened. They had to invent a state-of-the-art ride simulator technology, an electronic film projection system, and a specialized technique for producing a realistic 3D image. Critics said it couldn't be done, but the Universal team set out to prove them wrong. They began by creating storyboards and mock-up miniatures to help them determine the ride's path and the vehicle's point of view. They experimented with fog machines, fire, and laser rays to perfect the ride's environmental and live special effects.
We're dropping you in the middle of a comic book. We're going to drop you in the middle of that comic book. We need you to feel that. We need you to get bounced around. We need you to feel like you're up in the air. Temperature changes, things hit you. There's lots of interaction. I mean, that's the key word here is interaction.
The motion base allows the vehicle to go forward, backwards, spin and tilt in any direction, giving the simulator an enormous range of motion. The vehicle had to work in sync with every element of the attraction if the amazing adventures of Spider-Man was to operate as one single non-stop thrill.
Hey, Roy is ready to program the Sparker in Scene 3. And the key to making this whole thing synchronize and work together is lots of advanced planning. We know to the 30th of a second when Spider-Man's supposed to land on that ladder. The computer knows it, the vehicle knows it, the soundtrack knows it, the projectors know it. They are all following the same clock, basically, so that Spider-Man lands on that ladder moves, Spider-Man jumps off, lands on our car moves, the audio all supports that.
Now let's join Mark Watson for an extreme peek inside the amazing adventures of Spider-Man.
Man, you shouldn't be out here. With Doc Ock on the loose, this could be the most dangerous night of my life. And yours. Be careful. Nice shade.
This doesn't look good. We must be in some kind of warehouse right now. I think it's the hideout for the evil syndicate.
Even Spider-Man won't be able to stop me. You mean stop us? Hey, what's going on? What was that?
Here we go. They're following us.
Intruder! You think you're getting out of here? You're in for it. Yeah.
No! Electro! We've got heat. We've got lights. Oh! Seems like every time we turn in this thing, we're getting into trouble.
Whoa! Doc, your name's worse than your haircut.
The green laser means we're going up. Up. Oh, I can feel the wind. We're doing about 40 stories right now.
Wait for me! You're not insured for this!
Whoa! I sure don't like this. We're in the middle of the battle between Spidey and the evil syndicate.
First time I rode the ride, I was really floored by the way everything was put together in such a way to make the experience so unusual, so different than everything that had gone before it. It was just more than I ever expected to see at this point.
Great ride!
It seems like every year you see the next highest, fastest coaster, and you say, well, nobody can top that. Well, every year somebody tops the most extreme ride.
The Millennium is forcing a lot of people to want to really knock your socks off. And there are a lot of record breakers coming out in the next couple of years.
I imagine we're going to see a variety of different kinds of coasters, even more than we see today. We're going to see coasters built bigger and faster and wilder than ever before.
we probably have so much more to look forward to in the future as far as the types of inversions, the excessive speeds that we're going to be looking forward to. There are just so many things planned for the future.
If the Scream machines introduced in the year 2000 are any indication of the extreme rides to come, thrill seekers have a lot to look forward to. And here's just a sample. Goliath. At Six Flags Magic Mountain in Valencia, California, ushered in the new millennium with the tallest and fastest drop on a continuous circuit roller coaster in the Western world. This hypercoaster's main lift is 255 feet tall, and it runs 85 miles per hour. Stealth at Paramount's Great America in Santa Clara, California, is a $17 million dive machine. The world's first flying coaster cradles its riders and seats at tilt completely down. Its unique double harness system holds both the upper torso as well as the knees. Riders climb the 115-foot, 30-degree lift hill backwards. Then the passenger train completely inverts, and the riders fly straight down at up to 51 miles per hour. The new Son of Beast, located at Paramount's Kings Island in Cincinnati, Ohio, is the world's only wooden coaster with a loop. Son of Beast is designed to be the preeminent wooden coaster in the world. It's the tallest, the fastest, and second longest, eclipsed in length only by its forefather, the original Beast. Cedar Point's Millennium Force is the first traditional coaster to exceed 300 feet in height. Located in Sandusky, Ohio, it sets a new record as the tallest, fastest continuous circuit roller coaster in the world. The battle for the title of the best and biggest fueled the making of Steel Dragon 2000. The goal of its designers was to obliterate the record for the world's longest coaster by creating a metal serpent measuring over 8,000 feet in length. Built for Nagashima Spa Land in Japan, Steel Dragon 2000 is a huge out-and-back twister combo with 8 hills and 7 dives, exceeding speeds of 90 miles per hour. Its designers set out to push the envelope in ultra-high-speed experience. And who knows what other extreme rides are on the horizon.
We're always being kept on our toes by these new innovations, and we just never know what's around the next corner.
Mankind has always wanted to push the limits of technology. It's in our nature to want to go further, faster, higher.
There are all kinds of possibilities because people have not yet tired of pushing the envelope and riding new extreme rides.
Up next,